Hey guys, it is Greg again. I'm going to go over a coin called Avalanche, and I finally found a chart with all the data. I guess that's very important to have because I was getting confused on Avalanche. I was trying to figure out what was going on with the coin. Now, there's a little bit of negative sentiment about Avalanche out there right now. There's negative sentiment in general, guys. That's a very good indication that we're in a bear cycle. There's people, just paying attention to the market and people in chats. There's people that are losing a lot of money. They're getting very negative, and that's actually it's unfortunate that that happened to some people, but that's typical of a bear cycle where people make money in the bullish cycle and they lose it, almost all of it, if not all of it, in the bear cycle. So that's one of the things you want to be careful of. It's like those X waves, they come up, they get people excited that I was talking about in previous videos from a long time ago. I call them feeding the bear waves. They suck people in just to drag them back down. So in my opinion, what's going on with the markets is a very good indication that we're getting near a bottom, possibly. When that will happen, I still have a time frame about 60, 90 days ish. And if it continues to go on, then it's 120 and then 140, but it will come one day. So no worries. Probably just not as soon as most people want, but at least 60 days. At least 60 days is for sure, I think. So I don't think there's any significant bottom right now, particularly Bitcoin and the other markets. I think it's 60 more days at least. So that's just my opinion. So here's Avalanche's chart. And what it did is sort of like it did do a three-way move. I have it on the weekly. So you can see the highest peak on the RSI is that move. It came down. So these are deep corrections on them. So it's like it's a diagonal type move where it did something like this, guys. So it would be a massive like diagonal type move that Avalanche did. You could probably put this in like a channel move, and people probably traded that Avalanche on this channel. You can see touch there, up here, touch that trend again, and went up. And these are channels. They're actually called Elliott wave channels that you can use to channel. And then somebody probably saw this early on in this coin at 10 bucks, and you can make somewhat of a channel up there and knew it was going to go up to probably $100 plus and made themselves significant gains. So channels do work to give you targets. Just let my users know they're called Elliott wave channels. And once you find one, you can put your channel on there, use the fib channel or the parallel channel, and then, potential chart targets. It works on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So just to let you guys know. So you can see from here, this peak to this peak is your divergence. So it completed its first wave and it's coming down to correct it. And you see that? This is a weekly chart. You see that? That's good. That's good right there. Look at that. All those red candles. So Avalanche is probably coming up on a correction. So I'm going to go out to the daily. We know that this is a wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a first wave and it's coming into its second wave. So Avalanche's chart looks really good, guys. It looks really, really good. So from here, it'd be a 1, 2. This is your 1, 2 here with Avalanche. Somewhere right down here in this area, and this would be your 1. It's coming down for a second wave and up for a third. So I said in a previous video, massive gains from $1.36 wherever you could get in. Let's just say $3 all the way up to 130. Massive gains, and now it's coming in a third wave. And this was a smoke show for Avalanche. And my guess is that the third wave here is going to be even more of a smoke show for this coin. I know that there's, supply issues, excessive inflation. If that's the case, if its inflation is super high, then the third wave targets just possibly might not be as high. But this is a pretty popular coin. A lot of retail people like Avalanche. So my guess is that with Avalanche, it's going to do a massive third wave, and there will be a FOMO 5. It will just like this right here. This FOMO 5 from $9 all the way up to 130. You'll probably see it again with a coin like this, is going to be my guess. So if Bitcoin is going into its a fifth wave move and Avalanche is going into a third wave, now Bitcoin, its first wave or third wave didn't extend. And if it has a fifth wave extension of FOMO 5, I'll just say that this could be a massive move if that happens with Bitcoin. Once it's done with its correction, when that will happen, 90, 120 days or the end of the year, my guess is this is going to be a massive move on Avalanche. So you can see a three wave, and then this is a potential third wave. Let's take a look at that. So, I mean, a lot of things look good. You know, it looks like it had Avalanche had a capitulation event here, down to $24. Let's take a look at the fibs real quick before we go. Fib retracement. So I'm going to say somewhere in this area, include that wave. Take it off log. Let's take a look. So well beyond 786, it looks good. That looks good. And these are the areas. $15 is a potential for that coin. 15, but it looks good. It could be, it might be done with its correction. Let's take a look at it back off log. And the RSI was deep over here and it came down. That looks pretty good, guys. That does look pretty good. It could be done with its correction. It could be done right there. Let's go a little bit deeper into that wave. So it just came down. Yeah, it looks like it completed a fifth there. That divergence, and it's popping up again. It's doing a little bit better than it looks like some of the other coins like Solana and Bitcoin. And it could be like a 1, 2, 3 down, some sort of diagonal, possibly. Maybe not. That could be a corrective wave, guys. So, you know, you've seen the volume going down here, and then that's up. So this could be like a 3-wave move, another 3, and then it's up for a 3. So it might swing back down to these lows here. 24, possibly. Just got to see how this plays out with Avalanche. My guess with Avalanche, I mean, the RSI looks really, really good on the daily. But my guess is that, and that's such a good capitulation event right there. So, you know, this is just an estimated guess. There's a possibility that these lows could be in at 24. What is it up so far? You know, it's gone up what? It hit a high all the way at 57%. You just have to pay attention. You just have to pay attention to the coin. You know, it could maintain those lows. I mean, it could be working its way out. Just don't know until it finishes this. And it could just be like, this could be a 1, 2, and then it's going 3, and just some lazy like impulse. And it could be doing the same thing as some other coins and just comes back down and tests that area. So, you know, maybe on a correction right here could be a place to pick that up and play it off these lows right here. Okay. Of 24. Like that. Okay. So just don't know yet. I mean, it might go up into a wave. Bitcoin goes up and Bitcoin might come back down. It could, you know, you could play it off that low. If it breaks that low, you'll have your answer, and then you know it's going lower. and you can get a little bit lower price. So it's really difficult to say if it's got more downside or not, guys. I mean, there's the potential is there. You want to be careful of it. Use your risk mitigation strategies with Avalanche and see what might happen. So, you know, as with any type of investment, especially in cryptocurrencies, it's risky. So let's take a look at what kind of move. I'm going to go conservative and just go off the bottom of that second wave. And let's say it's low on Avalanche. You know, this would be an area I'd be looking for Avalanche about 240. And then those areas 381. And then these areas right here, 520. If it has issues with too much inflation, you know, those targets will just come down, guys. Those targets will come down. They won't be as high. So, you know, if you pick it up for 24, you're looking at breaks its previous highs. You're looking at almost a 5x, 8x, you know, 15 almost. And then there's your 20x on a coin like this. So that's the potential with it. I think that, you know, going back to the inflation, you're going to hear probably some other YouTubers talking about that. That's an issue, and it is an issue. But this is a long term. This is, you know, cryptocurrency is not. This is not a coin I would buy and I'm going to put it away in my wallet and you know, see where it is 5 years from now. You want to play this wave. It's going into a third wave move. It's going into a third wave right there, and you want to enter in here and ride this wave up, or possibly up to the fifth wave. You know, this could be a third wave FOMO 5. My guess would be is if Bitcoin's going to go up, it's just going to depend on Bitcoin, guys. If Bitcoin has a short wave 5, it'll probably just do this wave, and then this 4 will be, you know, real deep or something, and then it'll go up and complete a 5. If Bitcoin has a long fifth wave, like Bitcoin likes to have those really long fifth waves, then it could do this, complete that, and then go up on a super FOMO 5 right here with that. So just don't know. Those are some targets, some ideas for Avalanche. It's a coin I'll be looking at. I don't have any of it yet. I just want to see how that plays out. All right, guys. That's the end of my video. Thanks for watching. Peace.